and welcome back to my channel. My name is Danica Kopp and I'm a master's level social worker licensed at the independent clinical level in both Massachusetts and Virginia. Hello and welcome back to Therapy Thursday. I want to first just start by saying thank you for hanging in there with me. Having my knee replaced has been a little bit more challenging than I expected in terms of scheduling time to video and edit, so I am not kind of on the ball as I had hoped I would be. So I appreciate your working with me and continuing to follow me and give me positive feedback. Really appreciate it. And I do love making the videos. I just need to kind of figure out a schedule for myself. So I'm working on it. So thank you. So welcome to this week's Therapy Thursday. Today's topic is play. And the reason that play is so important is that it is actually critical to our soul, and especially in this time with COVID, and a recharge. And play is that way. Brian Sutton Smith states, "The opposite of play is not work, it's depression." And Dr. Brené Brown, who I'm a huge fan of, states that in the USA, exhaustion is seen as a status symbol of productivity and self-worth. We are led to believe then that anything that, quote, wastes time is not useful, and play is incredibly valuable. So let's talk about what play is. The National Institute for Play believes that play can dramatically transform our personal health, our relationships, the education we provide our children, and the capacity of our own corporations to innovate. That play is the gateway to vitality, it generates optimism, it refreshes relationships, it creates and grows connection, and it reduces stress. So knowing all of that, you can see how incredibly important play really is. So let's talk about what is play. So Dr. Stuart Brown is a psychiatrist, and he's the founder of the National Institute on Play. He suggests that there's 7 patterns to play. So the first principle is that play needs to be purposeless. Basically, it needs to just be purely for fun. There's no purpose to it. There's no intent to get to something or to accomplish something. It's just purely to have a good time. The second principle is that play must be voluntary. It has to be something that you choose. You can't be kind of forced into play. The third is that play has an inherent attraction. What is play for me may not be play for you. What is play for you may not be play for your spouse. So we're each kind of attracted to what we consider play. Play involves a freedom of time. So the idea that you're losing track of time means that you're so lost in enjoying the activity that you aren't paying attention to time, and that's just a really good thing for your soul. The fifth principle is that play involves a diminished consciousness of self. So we stop overthinking and worrying when we're playing. And that is so important, especially in today's world with COVID. The idea is that you lose yourself in the fun and just purely enjoy the time. Play involves improvisational potential. So this is where we allow ourselves to develop new ways of thinking. It's where our creativity really kind of takes off. This is where it's innovative for corporations to allow for play. The seventh principle, play produces a continuation desire. Play makes us want to continue playing, and you become really unhappy when it ends. That's a sign of a good activity for you for play. So what does play look like? I will always tell clients, I want you to think back to when you were a kid. So think back to elementary school, think back to high school. What were kind of the things that you just loved to do? And obviously, as adults, some of those things are harder to do, but the idea is to kind of re-engage in that child within you and engage in those activities that kind of bring that out. For me, doing a puzzle, reading, being out in nature, and just kind of hiking and just kind of exploring around me, those are all really good things for my soul and help me to kind of just rejuvenate. And so it's really kind of thinking about what are the things for you. So first, in thinking about play, I also want you to just give yourself permission to allow yourself to have this time to play. You want to look for ways to play every day. So, just taking a half an hour or an hour each day, or less time if that's all you have, but just to kind of lose yourself in an activity that you really enjoy. Next, I'd love you to surround yourself with fun people. Fun people make play more fun. So the more you can be around other people that bring you joy and make you laugh, that's important. Finally, it's great to be around children. There's nothing like a child handing you a pretend piece of whatever to make you kind of just start playing with them, right? You don't question a 2-year-old when he hands you a teacup. You drink your tea. And so being around children can be just as invigorating, and playing with them on their level you can also kind of lose track of time. So spend time with those kids, get down on the floor. Thank you for joining me this week. I was excited to kind of offer you this, and I'm hoping it's helpful for you in thinking about taking care of yourself and looking for ways to play. I think especially as the winter comes and we're not as able to get outside because of the weather, it's important to find ways that you can play indoors and that you can still have kind of that cherished time for yourself to recharge. Thanks for joining me. Have a great week. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share. The more you do that, the more it kind of boosts my videos and gets other people to be able to see them. If you're really happy with the content, don't forget to hit the bell next to the subscribe button on YouTube, and then you're notified anytime a new video drops. Take care and have a good week. Believes that play can education. So the first one is play needs to be purposeful. So the first thing I want you to do is I'd like you to give you, so the more that you can